That was the furious response of an Australian official to the 11th hour withdrawal of Canada from a trade deal that has been nearly 6 years in the making. It is yet another blow for Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull, because the 11-country Trans-Pacific Partnership was to be a signature achievement of the APEC summit, proving that his jobs and growth mantra was more than just a slogan. But it was not just Mr. Turnbull who was left fuming when Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau stood up the group of 10 leaders at a signing ceremony. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe had invested heavily in reviving the deal after the US withdrew following the election of Donald Trump. The US conceived the trade pact as the economic leg of former President Barack Obama's strategic pivot to Asia, designed to set the financial road rules for the region in the face of the rising might of China. The deal had been finalized at a trade ministers' meeting at the summit on Thursday, and Canada raised no objections. But in the minutes before the leaders' meeting convened to sign the pact, Mr. Trudeau contacted Mr. Abe and signaled Canada has a series of outstanding objections. It was left to Mr. Abe to break the news to the meeting, as Mr. Trudeau and his Trade Minister François-Philippe Champagne did not show up. Australian officials reported world leaders were surprised, mystified and disappointed by Canada's performance, with one senior negotiator saying he'd never seen behaviour like it. Australia's Trade Minister Steve Siobo was sent out to explain the no-show and did not try to hide his disappointment. Well, it's less than ideal to have every leader and trade minister from the other 10 countries sitting around the table and not have Canada there, Mr. Siobo said. Mexican officials said they believed Mr. Trudeau had pulled out because he was concerned by looming elections in Quebec, where French-speaking sovereigntists claim that globalization is hurting their cultural industries. Mr. Turnbull and Mr. Trudeau have spoken on the sidelines of the summit, in what was described as a frank conversation between friends that clearly expressed Australia's disappointment about the way Canada had behaved. Copyright 9 Digital Proprietary Limited 2017